Hey everybody, welcome back to the NC State Insider Podcast. I'm your host and lead beat writer Tucker Sennett, joining you here today from the ACC tournament to discuss NC State's 81-74 loss in the quarterfinal round to the Virginia Cavaliers. It's the Wolfpack's third loss of the 2025-26 season to Virginia, a team that also, like Will Wade, is the first-year head coach at NC State. Virginia is has Ryan Odom, first-year head coach as well, and not NC State's day in this one. They just the 6 minute game proved kind of to be the difference here, as Virginia made the plays that NC State couldn't down the stretch, and that was a major factor in this one, kind of getting away from the Wolfpack in the second half there, as Virginia was able to rip off a 9-0 run for from a period kind of that sort of put the game out of reach for a minute there, and NC State was playing from behind from that point on, and wasn't fully able to get back into this one the way that it needed to have a chance against this really tough Virginia squad that in a lot of ways has had NC State's number this season. Uh, as for the performers for the Wolfpack that stood out in this game, Paul McNeil shot the leather off the ball in this one. 26 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 6 of 11 from 3-point range, 6 rebounds in the game. And he kept NC State in the fight down the stretch, made a couple big threes to make the score a little bit closer than it was at various points down the stretch, and had it within 4 at one point, and then NC State just couldn't capitalize a couple of times there in the final minutes to really get this one in reach. And he was fouled on a 3-pointer, had a couple looks down the stretch, and he just you know battled very successfully. And now it's sort of a waiting game for NC State the rest of the way. They're gonna have to wait for Selection Sunday, and kind of see where things go from there. They will presumably be a part of the field of 68, and be a part of the NCAA tournament in a couple weeks. But you don't know where you're going now. Uh, that Pittsburgh win was massive. You get that 20th win on the schedule, so obviously a big result there, and you prove that you're closer to a Virginia team that again has had your number all season long. So there's things to feel positive about down the stretch here, but obviously this was one that I'm sure Will Wade and his staff felt like the team could have had. Uh, they're going to need to find a way to get more out of Darian Williams if this team's going to go on a run in the NCAA tournament. Williams with just 7 points in this game, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3-point range. Had foul trouble throughout most of this game, and just wasn't the piece that NC State needed him to be. Matt Abel had some freshman mistakes, but played a really quality basketball game overall. Hit some big shots, worked hard on the defensive end. It was a strong effort from him, but the size of Virginia deterred NC State so much from the paint in the second half that the Wolfpack just got bludgeoned and couldn't. They were trying to jump shoot their way back into this game, and you know part of that is the identity of this team. Part of it is the fact that Virginia has 2 7-footers that can swat shots like they're volleyballs, and they ended up finishing, I believe, with 9 blocks in this game. It's the second time that one Virginia player has had 8+ blocks against NC State this season. This time it was Onyensu, Ugana Onyensu. He had 8 blocks as Grunlow was dealing with some foul trouble, and just dominated the paint in this game, came up with some big second chance points, and obviously created some massive issues for an NC State team that is you know, deficient when it comes to size. Van Allen Lubin still battled, finished with a double-double. I believe that's his eighth on the year. He's now up to 16 made free throws in a row if you go back to the Pitt game. So I'm really shooting it well from the charity stripe. NC State got to the line enough in this game to sort of make up for the paint deficiency, but they just needed to find a way to make those shots inside down the stretch, and they couldn't. Quadir Copeland was kind of bottled up in the second half. Uh, had trouble creating space and operating in the painted area like he likes to do so much. Still finishes with 9 points and 6 assists in this one, but still was not, his normal self clearly. Uh, and there was quality production from this team. Obviously, McNeil, as I mentioned, Terrence Arsenault played some solid defense off the bench, had to kind of do some offense, defense kind of things down the stretch with Williams dealing with foul trouble. But all in all, a valiant effort from an NC State team that really wanted to prove that it belonged on the same court with Virginia, that blew out the Wolfpack twice with no feeling of being close. And you blur that line just a little bit if you're NC State with this result. You'd like to win, obviously, but assuming that both of these coaches are going to be in place for an extended period of time, this might be the start of a new rivalry. Maybe it's NC State that has Virginia's number next year, and this could be a new sort of yearly battle in the ACC. And the way the game went today, that would be, if you're a basketball fan, that was about as high level tournament basketball as you'd like to watch. It was just back and forth, counter punch to counter punch, and all in all, really, really enjoyable stuff to watch as a objective viewer here. Just, everything you love about March was in that game. Clutch shooting, uh, physicality, rebounding, defense, officiating, because, of course, it's college officiating. It's going to upset one side or the other. That's kind of the nature of the sport. And believe me, there were some moments for both of these coaches that created some agita, to use a fun word there. But as I said, NC State has to wait things out here, and they'll find out their fate for the NCAA tournament on Sunday. Thanks for tuning in to the NC State Insider Podcast. You can follow us on all of our social media channels. You can find me at Senate Tucker. You can also follow the website on X at Wolfpack on SI, where we post most of our stories, etc. And of course, subscribe to the sports videos on SI YouTube channel for more reactions like this to games. I'm here at the Spectrum Center. Caught that game from the sideline, and we'll be here covering NC State until the end of the line here for the Wolfpack and men's basketball, and then we'll move into spring football and go from there. Thanks for tuning in.